Welcome to the Genesis series. What can we learn from God in the book of Genesis? God as the sovereign creator. Genesis establishes God as the ultimate source of all existence. Everything, from the vast heavens to each living creature, is crafted by His deliberate command. This reminds us that our lives are part of a grand, divinely orchestrated design, inviting us to live with trust and awe in His authority. The transformative power of God's Word. In Genesis, God's creative utterances. Let there be light, bring forth life and order. This illustrates that His Word is potent and transformative, influencing not only the cosmos but also the lives of believers when embraced and lived out. Order, purpose, and the gift of rest. The creation account unfolds with a clear sense of order, from the separation of light and darkness to the establishment of the Sabbath rest on the seventh day. This sequence teaches us that purpose, planning, and balance, including rest and reflection, are vital aspects of life. The inherent goodness of creation. With every phase of creation, God declares His work good, and ultimately, very good, reminding us that His creation is inherently beneficial and designed with care. This goodness encourages us to appreciate and responsibly care for the world around us. Human dignity and bearing God's image. Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 tells us that humans are created in God's image. This foundational truth imbues every individual with intrinsic worth, purpose, and the responsibility to mirror God's character through compassion, creativity, and stewardship. The consequences of disobedience. The narrative of Adam and Eve in Genesis chapter 3 illustrates that choices apart from God's will lead to disruption and hardship. This serves as a reminder of the need for obedience, the reality of consequences, and the importance of seeking God's guidance in our lives. The promise of redemption and covenantal faithfulness. Even after human failure, Genesis reveals God's redemptive plan. Through His covenant relationships with Noah, Abraham, and others, God shows that His faithfulness endures beyond our mistakes, offering hope and restoration. The blessing of faith and obedience. The patriarchal narratives, such as those of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, demonstrate that responding to God with faith and obedience opens the door to blessings, guidance, and fulfillment, even amid life's trials. Their journeys mirror ours, encouraging us to trust in God's promises. The call to stewardship. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, God charges humanity with filling the earth and caring for it. This entrustment calls us to be responsible stewards, caring for nature, nurturing community, and using our resources wisely as a reflection of God's care and provision. God's patience and long-suffering. Even when humanity falls into error, whether in the disobedience of Eden or the wickedness that leads to the flood, God shows enduring patience. His willingness to provide chances for renewal reminds us that divine grace is both compassionate and persistent, inviting us to learn and grow from our failures. Trust amid uncertainty. When God calls Abraham to leave behind everything familiar and embark on an uncertain journey, it teaches us the value of relying on divine guidance even when the path isn't clear. This lesson encourages stepping out in faith, trusting that God's plan, though sometimes mysterious, is ultimately for our good. The value of family and legacy. Genesis is rich with genealogies and stories that underscore the importance of family bonds and generational blessings. The narrative reminds us that our relationships and the legacies we build, ranging from personal values to cultural traditions, play a key role in God's unfolding plan for humanity. Moral accountability and the weight of choice. Throughout Genesis, God is not a distant force but one who walks alongside His people. Whether it's walking with Enoch, guiding Abraham, or providing for Joseph, God's personal involvement in human affairs shows that He desires a deep, ongoing relationship with each of us. Embracing and celebrating diversity. While Genesis proclaims the inherent goodness of creation, it also displays a profound celebration of diversity, from the variety of plants and animals to the multiplicity of cultures emerging after Babel. This diversity reflects God's infinite creativity and challenges us to honor differences in people, recognizing that every part of His creation has a purpose in the larger tapestry of life. The depth of divine relationship. Throughout Genesis, God is not a distant force but one who walks alongside His people. Whether it's walking with Enoch, guiding Abraham, or providing for Joseph, God's personal involvement in human affairs shows that He desires a deep, ongoing relationship with each of us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Coming up next, what can you learn from Adam in the book of Genesis? What can you learn from Eve in the book of Genesis?